Well guys, that's me just started the North Island 1600. It's just gone 7 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. And currently my sat nav is saying I will arrive back at 8 AM. So about 19 hours riding. 1628 kilometers is what the sat nav is telling me. I'll flag up the route right now. Looks like quite a nice route going all up around the East Cape. So it should be quite a good ride. The weather's looking a bit iffy, but it should be okay. Not sure how I'm going to get on with this, but we'll see. I was speaking to some people and they were saying it's best not to sleep because it just makes you more tired, and other people are saying it's best to sleep, have a half an hour sleep and then carry on. So I'm not too sure. We'll see how we go. I should get up over to Gisborne, maybe even to the Bayview checkpoint before it gets too dark, hopefully. Anyway, I've got a long haul, so I'm just going to stick some music on and just strap on.
We're contemporaries, living in a crazy world, new generation. Got a lot of questions, can't sleep like a baby. Challenging the status quo, shaking reputations, feeling like a freshman. And you walked into the room, changed my point of view. And oh my, I'm feeling like a rocket. You burn me up, you give me a buzz, yeah. You burn me up, turn up to 11. You burn me up, hands down, you're a 10 out of 10. I really wanna make you my number one. If this is magic, I want it all. Shoot for the stars and circumvent Mars. If this is magic, I want it all. Raise up the bar and light up the spark. Yeah, I could fall 5 floors and land on a bar stool and still be on cloud 9. And I could have 9 lives, but I still wanna ride with only you by my side. I'm feeling like a rocket. You burn me up, you give me a buzz, yeah. You burn me up, turn up to 11. You burn me up, hands down, you're a 10 out of 10. I really wanna make you my number one. You fire me up, yeah. You fire me up, you fire me up, yeah. You fire me up. I'm feeling like a rocket. You burn me up, you give me a buzz, yeah. You burn me up, turn up to 11. You burn me up, hands down, you're a 10 out of 10. I really wanna make you my number one.
Right folks, just over 500 k's in, and I don't know where the hell I am just now. Tolagana or Tolgana, I have no idea. I'm somewhere. About 80 k's away from Gisborne. 2 checkpoints in at the moment. Next checkpoint is in 257 k's, which is the halfway mark. It's just gone 10 past 7 at night. So I'm making good time at the moment. Just want to keep it up. Only 53 k's to Gisborne, sorry. And I'm in Tolaga Bay. The roads up here are awesome. I said this at the TT2000 because it's up similar sort of area, and yeah, that Cook's Cook's Bay walk. It's quite good. We did that ages ago. We did a trip around the East Cape in our van when we first came to New Zealand, me and Danny. So we went around all this road here and we camped along the way. Really need to come back here and spend more time. Anyway, we'll just chap on. I'm doing okay. I'm a wee bit tired, but you know, that's just to be expected. My arse is sore, which is to be expected. So we'll see. I'll speak to you again at the halfway point.
I wanna be your rock star. I wanna be the one you hit the ground with. I wanna be a, yeah, I wanna be a, I'm running out of air. I need a jump start on my lungs from the adrenaline rush.
Well folks, that's us coming up to halfway now. It's just gone 10:40 PM. I'm pretty tired now. I'll pull over shortly for a nap, I think.
You're getting me fired up. Smoke show, devil looking at me like a fish in a barrel. Oh, you're looking real nice, real nice. I like the way you're making me feel. With your fingertips, I wanna be the vanguard. I wanna be the one to push the boundaries. I wanna feel it, yeah, I wanna feel it. Chivalry is in there. I need a jump start on my lungs from the adrenaline rush. You're getting me wired up. Smoke show down, looking at me like a fish in a barrel. Ooh.
Hey there guys, it's been a few days since the North Island 1600 and I just wanted to talk to you a bit about how I got on and how the bike got on. So I ended up finishing in 21 hours and 20 minutes and I covered 1,628 kilometers exactly, which was, I thought was really good for my first time. As you'll see in the video, I kind of stopped talking around about midnight and I did mention it was really hard. That 11 to 12 was really hard for me. I'm usually fast asleep at that time of the night, so they had the halfway point at Bayview, the BP stop there. That was a man checkpoint, so there was marshals there, just checking everybody was actually still fit to ride, which I thought was actually really good. They all came out and had a chat with you, made sure you were okay. I grabbed the chocolate bar there, and when I got back on the road I actually felt a lot better. And I hooked up with Thomas from Auckland at that point, and we just started riding the rest of the route together. Around about 5:30 we both pulled over. We were riding about 70 k's an hour. We were absolutely buggered. So we had to stop at the side of the road and have a wee sleep. We just found this community centre in the middle of nowhere that had like a veranda, because it was raining at this time. So we just pulled the bikes off the road there and
Thomas said, oh, how long do you want to have a sleep for? And we had at least 4 hours in the bag at this point. And I said, oh, at least half an hour. So next thing I know, he's kicking me to wake up. He said it was half an hour later. He didn't get any sleep really, but I slept like a baby. That was much needed. If we'd carried on at that time, I think we would have both had an accident. Yeah, we certainly needed that wee sleep there. And after that I was fine. Not long after that there was the second marshalled checkpoint. It was another BP station, I can't remember exactly where it was, but again the marshals were there, made sure you're okay. At this point we were third and fourth last, so there was 2 people behind us, and they were a good hour behind us, so they must have had another stop. And the marshals were great, made sure we were both okay. I had a coffee at this point, and then I was fine for the rest of the trip. So I'll just take you over to the bike and I'll show you talk about the mods that I did before the TE2000 and how they worked out. I did change to a 16 tooth front sprocket. Overall I don't really like that, to be honest. I have swapped it now back to the 14 tooth for the way home. I think this is where my fueling issues was coming in, because I'm still only getting about 308 k's to a tank. I mean, which is really good for the rally. It's not what the DR should be. I was finding any sort of incline or any sort of headwind, and I couldn't maintain 100 k's in 5th gear. 5th gear was basically turned into 6th gear is how I would put it. So I think the 16 tooth front is definitely too tall for the DR, for the kind of riding that we have here. I did fit on my passenger pegs, because I did watch the 49's video and he said it's a good idea to stretch your legs by putting them up on the passenger peg, which I did. And I did that every hour or so, which was really good. I mean, I did have a sore arse, but that is to be expected, and a sore back, but again, that's to be expected. I had my Ultimate add-ons phone holder on there, which is actually working really good. I only really used that for checkpoints, but it was really handy just to be able to, because you can just flick it off. 2 wee clips there, you push in, and it comes off. So at checkpoints, flick that off, take a picture, carry on. Literally 30 seconds at most. Other people were faffing around in their bags to get their phones out or in their pockets. I had none of that, which was actually really good. My wee screen that I made, I did tape it since the last trip I did, which has stopped all the vibration. It's really good. Sat-nav up there is 10 times better, so I'm going to run with that from now on. I fitted this wee Oxford thing on here. It was only $14, and it just sits in the palm of your hand like that. Now, you can't really see there, but I'll flag up a picture of my hand after I did the 1100k test run, and it was horrendous. It took about, well, it's still not properly healed yet. I had massive blisters on my hand. But that wee Oxford thing there completely solved the issue. Come around the front, you'll see my spotlights. Now, I have got a video of me fitting these, which I've not done yet, but it will be up shortly. I originally fitted these 2 spotlights here, because they did come with the bike in a spare box, and they're okay. They're not obviously brilliant. You can see them just mounted there and there, but I did order the JNS LED headlight, which unfortunately didn't arrive in time. It arrived the day of the rally, but I was already in the North Island. So what I did the day before I left is I nipped into Super Cheap and picked up this light bar and just made up a couple of steel brackets and mounted them on there. And I just wired that into the relay that I mounted for these spotlights and off a high beam. And it's one of those switches there. So that switch there is for the LED light bar, which only works on high beam, but I can switch it off separately as well. And that there is for the spotlights, which are just on an ignition feed. Now that light bar is bloody awesome actually. I was thinking about flicking it on the truck after the rally, but I'm just going to keep it for the bike. I will take it off because I don't need it at the moment, and put my wee bag back on there, because my wee bag's in the box at the back. So as you can see, this hits the tank, so it's not ideal. But I mean, for night riding, it's really a necessity. In that light bar there, when you're on high beam, the stock high beam is real crap, so with that light bar on, it's riding in daylight near enough. I fitted a new rear tyre before I left. I fitted the Shinko E705, which is more of a roady tyre than the 700 that I was running. And I mean, that seems to be going alright, it gripped fine. That's about it for the bike really. The bike ran faultlessly. So the rally itself was actually really well organised. I was a bit concerned about not finding out the route till the night before. I was unsure about how I was going to put that into my sat-nav. You get a booklet with GPS coordinates in it, and it's actually super simple. It took me 10 minutes to plot the route in my sat-nav, and away you go. In the booklet it tells you where all the photo stops are and shows you an example picture of what you need to supply. The marshals were all really good and friendly, and I did like the two-man checkpoints. They were there to help lift your spirits, and they do have the authority to stop you from riding if they feel you are not safe to carry on. Of course, if you ignore them and carry on anyway, you'll be disqualified from the event. I'll show you my t-shirt. So this is the event t-shirt here, North Island 1600, and it's got the route map on the back. I also got a patch as well, and a wee certificate. I'm probably thinking about getting the patch sewn onto my panniers. I think that would look quite cool. The only other thing I wasn't too keen on about the rally itself was that 1 o'clock start. I think that just turns it into a whole different ball game, that. Because I was up around about 7 AM the day of the rally, and yeah, we didn't start till 1. Well, I was in the last starting group, so it was 10 past 1 or 6 minutes past 1 when I started. That just made it real hard. So anyway folks, hope you enjoyed this video of the North Island 1600. I certainly enjoyed the event. It was serious. It was honestly the hardest thing I've ever done. Yeah, it was super fun. So I hope you enjoyed all the riding footage I got, and my wee information at the end there about how I did and how the bike did. I think the DR is pretty well set up for this sort of things. Certainly from what I need anyway, the DR is a pretty perfect bike, to be honest. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one, guys. See you later.